And as I spoke to you earlier, all of you have to take, all of you have to consider this session as very important, because the assignment, your success at the assignment will enable you to sit for the case study examination. And the whole thing is, this is all about your problem solving and synthesis skills. And please, therefore, pay your best possible attention to get the maximum possible benefit out of this session. So I wish you all very good luck, and hand over the session to our resource person.
All right, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me. Additionally, I hope you can see the screen. Can somebody respond?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir. We can see it.
Yes, sir.
The screen is visible.
Yes,
Yes.
visible.
All right, thank you very much. So good evening to all of you again. This session of presentation
We can't hear you now.
if you have any, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see the screen. Now we can hear you.
Okay, so I explained this session will be about 1 hour. Perhaps it may go up to 1.
We can't hear you, sir.
Right. So the expectation of this session is, you as an outsider, do I see your assignment? As a resource person, how do I see your assignment? The assignment's expectations, and how to write a report of this nature. So I have presented here on the screen the assignment's headline: Call for Proposals, Innovation Committee of CA. And the requirement of this assignment is prepare a proposal that persuade partners or key employees to join the business. It's a quite interesting assignment. I would see that the future professionals, chartered accountants, you are almost a member of the institute. So the requirement of this assignment is to look at the business as a professional, and to develop the new business opportunities. So it's about business opportunities, is it? This is how I see it. It requires you to think about future, which is a critical perspective in the current context of the country, in the local context, in our economic crisis concerned, what one of the tools to develop business, start production, start of innovative strategies of business. So in a way, I hope that is the target of this assignment. So let me some interesting areas. You can listen and see this small video clip. All right, so that was an introductory video clip to you that introduced the innovation you can think about in the today's business environment, the global business context. Some innovation, how much you should be an innovative business person. Because opportunities, opportunity where we because innovations. In simple, there are problems, innovations that lead to problem solving, isn't it? So on the screen now you can see on the right hand side, problem oriented, problem solving. Yes. Due to the things happened past within 2 years, the dynamic businesses around the globe, they were changing they were reinventing their business. A lot of innovations comes in the Asian context. So many innovations especially in the Southeast Asia, so many innovations. So these innovations, business innovations, are problem oriented. So they see the problem in the society and then solve the problem for the society. So on your left hand side on the screen, you have a question. So what? After the video clip, so what? What we have to do now? Pose a question. Ask questions. Questions of what? What kind of questions? I mean, not like questions in the examinations. Questions on what is that? This is the answer then. Right. Pose a question on something like the video clip I displayed. What was the question there? If you remember the lesson there, the question was, there are enough of door locks in your home, your office.
Hello.
Can somebody, everybody, not somebody, we get noise of yours. You have to mute yourself. So you get door locks everywhere. If you have a door, you have a lock. However, have you seen this kind of innovative locks? Everywhere, 99% I'm sure you have noticed the keys, the door locks with keys. So what's the problem? Door locks with keys, the problems are there, many problems. What problem? Perhaps you lose the key. You forget the key somewhere. Sometimes the key breaks. There are three keys, generally three keys, and then you might have some duplicated key, right? Or how smart using a key like that? Can you convert the traditional key into a smart key? That was the solution given by the company, Interlock. It's a startup innovation. That company developed the product, and the lock is finger biometrics compatible, and then it uses passwords. It uses mobile apps. So that's how smart if you can use that kind of a door lock. Could you see then the problem is in your house. Problem is in your house. If you have a home, if you have a door, if you have a keyed lock, there is a problem. But you never notice that. You never notice the problem in your home. So who are the innovators? Innovation, business innovation. What is that business innovation in that case? Look at the problem. You think about the problem that whenever you miss a key, trying to identify that there's a problem in this particular lock is not the problem of the human. Human errors are always, you can find millions of human errors, but you can solve the problem with the equipment or device. You can replace the door lock with a smart door lock. So pose a question, collect data to answer the question, give an answer to the question. This is much more critical in the current business context. So this is exactly what your assignment is. The problem explained in the assignment is this. I'm not going to read this because you have it already. But this problem explains you some significant issue in the country. What is the significant issue? It says, if I read the second sentence, in the modern society, economy, innovation is key to financial growth, as many of the developed nations have explained. Innovation is the key. Now, you might have a lot of thousands of questions in the current business crisis. How to overcome the business crisis, economic crisis? Is it by innovation? Can we do that? So let us answer those questions separately. Right. This paragraph explains also, says perhaps in the fifth or sixth sentence, for instance, the farming community suffers from inefficient stages in the food supply chain. So I am sure as a professional, you know what is the supply chain. So you can identify the problems in the supply chain of food supply chain. So I'm sure now, as professionals, as well-trained business students, you know very well, you can think of very well the problems in the process, supply chain process. And then Not only this particular sector, agricultural sector, in any of the sector or any of the industry, you could see thousands of issues in our context. That is why we are far behind compared with developed nations. So why we need this all? Make changes. Recognize the need. Recognize the problem. Find a solution. Why? Because you need to change the economy, change the business, change your own life. Improve living standard of whom? The society. We are living in a society where we are a part. We are a part of the society. Therefore, we try to improve the living standard of the society by solving the problem. And we, of course, we look for safer life. Better living standard, safer life. So can we achieve this all by reinventing the business? Don't ask answers for that question. You think yourself. What is seen on the screen now? B is honey. I just took it from the seller's web. This is available, online delivery available. You can see the price. When you see this one, the price for this much of small quantity, right? What is the question that you can think? Right? Can you produce honey? So if you think so, as a business leader, corporate leader in the future, if you can think that how to produce this particular product, because it's high price, it's good demanded product, right? So this was a problem for a particular set of researchers. So what they did, they developed a fully automated beehive. They developed Earth's first autonomous beehive. What is that autonomous beehive? Autonomous, you can read this sentence available here. Bee home is a device that houses 24 colonies, allowing beekeepers to remotely treat their hives. So they can control remotely this particular beehive. It's located in the jungle, but the solar powered bee home is placed in the field populated with bees. The robot within bee home takes care of your bees on real-time basis, rain or shine. So you get reports what is happening inside the beehive. And when you get enough of bee honey, then you get the message. So you easily harvest it. So what brings you this example? Find the problem, find the solution. It's quite difficult to think about autonomous beehive. It's true, little complex. Not at the same level, but we can start at a beginner level. Developing an autonomous beehive is a little complex because it has a lot of sensors and communication from the beehive to the business center. So you need technology. It's a different matter, but this example is so powerful. This is developed by Jewish people. They developed years ago and they export bee honey now. So I would like to give you the action model with 4 steps. What is the problem you want to solve? What resources are available? Where can I force? So what is the problem you want to solve? That is up to you. Find a problem. You might have a lot of problems as if you understood the mediocre simple as it. Perhaps we don't have resources, but where can I find resources? That's up to you. We can't say we have no resources because we are professionals. As a professional, we have to say, I will find. I will do this. I will find resources. There will be a way. Turning vision into practical objectives. Have a vision of your own and develop the project. The action model for you. Well, the assignment talks about startups. Assignment is not about startups. It talks about business developments, an extension of an existing business or startup or spark of an idea, new product of the same production line, extended production, or entire new product, service. It may be a service. You know, in the current context, there are enough of services, online services, even e-commerce. We have seen the products, educational technology, how in the current is very recent past. It's not much more years. In the recent past, how property technology has been leading the technology than before I would say pre-COVID period. So 7 steps, as you see on the screen, 7 steps to building a startup. What is the first and second? In the red colored, find a good idea. Second, develop the business plan. Why these 2 red, whereas others black? I made it purposely because your assignment talks about first and second. Your assignment is about find a good idea and develop a business plan. From 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, these are subsequent things. Ensure you have adequate capital, choose the right people. Yes, that's you are operationalizing the business. But first and second is about find a good idea, develop the business plan in order for you to ensure that you get enough capital. So if you want to step into 3, it's a must that you come out with a good proposal with first and second steps. That is where your assignment is focused. Your assignment explains that this statement I took from your assignment. I'm not going to read it. You have it already. It says that your proposal can provide you with a partner matching assistance, unparalleled managerial support. Right. So I hope you understand what is it about. You make a proposal, there will be business venturers, partners, capital providers. If your proposal, you get money. You get money. So what is your job? To make a successful proposal. successful proposal. So how to do that? If you refer to the first point, how to generate a good idea. Good idea. What is that good idea? Are there bad ideas? Product plans, new business lines, diversification, that is what you have heard. Isn't it? The answer matrix, diversification, new things, market penetration, new products to new markets. So this all you have learned already. So nothing new to you, I'm sure. Good idea. Search for products, services that are in demand. So the things that you propose should be of demand. Have you heard about many products? Perhaps they have market a big marketing budget, and it ran for after about 3, 4, 5, 6 months. The product is no more seen in the market. This happens for food items, especially. If I don't want to tell you the brand, you can recall your memory. What brands here all of a sudden with good food item is managed that are in great. Analyze the demand, customer needs, wants, and make sure that people actually need it. Right? People actually need it. Are there products like that? People actually need it. Think about customers. Right? Customer needs and wants. Now you can see these days. I have noticed some blue plastic cans for filling fuel. In large queue, all the cans same color. Somebody has located that there is a product requirement. Figure out whether it can attain at least few points. When you in your assignment, when you propose something that is, of course, hypothetical. Yeah. When it comes to business planning, proposals all are hypothetical. There's nothing wrong. However, the matter is at least figure out whether you can attain at least few clients practically. You ensure yourself that there are clients for your product. If you are observing this around, the science product in Lanka, right? If you go to HBO and the things like, right? You have noted that there are enough of productions in Sri Lanka, suggestions. Things. I think they are in the exhibition. Later on, where are these products? farm or just to show that you know these things, science, rocket science, right? Or you want to fulfill a requirement, customer need. That is why and you decide which path you want in which direction to move. I hope you see clearly and you can see my screen clearly. Can somebody response? Can somebody respond?
We can see the screen, sir, but sound is breaking.
Your sound is not clear, sir.
We can see the screen, sir, but sound is breaking.
Okay, so you have interruptions in the communication. I'm sorry, I'm thinking what the problem is. Perhaps, but okay. So this screen explains you finally do your market research and analyze your rivals, competitors. So you cannot think about any business plan without, of course, studying the market and the competition. So it's a good idea. If you have done this all, that means it's a good business idea. So you are fulfilling the first point. Find a good idea, right? Find a good idea. So the second point here, develop the business plan. So I go to that business plan. Having an idea is not enough. It requires a business plan. So you might have prepared plans, business plans by now, I'm sure. As you have all consultancies you have been involved, I'm sure, right? A business plan contains a company's objectives and ways to achieve its goals. Correct? And that includes a description of the business future and an outline of business strategy. So this sentence has one critical term. What is that? Description of the business future. Business future. Because in the current context, globally, the successful business means a business talks about aspirations, its own aspirations. You cannot think about any sustainable business strategy if you continue the same understanding for the past. That is where you need innovations. The fourth point here, people with a plan succeed in obtaining capital and growing startups. Of course, people with a plan succeed in obtaining capital. Therefore, when you provide your final report, you should succeed. You should show your all understanding, and that should be a successful business plan and proposal where you need to attract capital. You need to attract investments. So it may be a loan, bank loan, or maybe a equity capital provider, right? So you have a partnership or you have a lender, whatever it is, you need the business plan. Is it that difficult? Look at the screen. Biodegradable, eco-friendly, natural, bamboo charcoal toothbrushes. Have you seen this? $6. Right? $6. You can order this online. I just took it from the web. Their web, they sell it, and you can see here 4.6 stars out of 5 stars. 4.6 out of 5 stars out of what? 13,288 ratings. Fine. That explains you what? How the product is demanded. Well, not only that, that explains how the satisfaction of the customer. 4.6 stars out of 5 when the count is large, 13,288. Right? Can't you have a business plan for such different product? Right? That is where you need to pay attention to your daily life. Pay attention to the daily life. Where can you see smarter innovations being made in your home? No matter how seemingly small the innovation might be. Now I talk about your home door lock, your home requirements, toothbrush. Is there anybody who do not use toothbrush? Right? The second point in the screen, smart appliances are the future, and we will definitely see their popularity rise throughout the year. Smart appliances. I'm sure you have seen a lot of these kind of things. Smart appliances, accessories. Accessories for accessories. The new term, isn't it? Accessories for accessories. Because you can develop that kind of micro opportunities for business. Right? Have you seen this one in Sri Lanka? Pink and purple petals bath bomb. 6 grams, 600 rupees. Right? Can you develop a business plan for such kind of a thing? Yeah. Why not? If you have the courage, the vision, you are there. If you love scented soaps, and I'm reading here the point here. First point, if you love scented soaps and have a sizable knowledge base of different ingredients and their beauty and health benefits, this could be the startup idea for you. Combine a great product with gorgeous packaging and the right kind of targeted marketing, and you can make wonders happen. So what we miss in our economy is the attention for small and medium enterprises. That's a big crisis today. The small and medium enterprises, they contribute largely to GDP, but they are equal. Accessories of accessories. You can see the pictures I put here. Are they really simple? You can see phone holders, wooden phone holders, stands, not holders, or you call it on your way. And you can see also a candle. What candle? Is it a simple candle like you light daily 4 inches candle? No, this is a very large, big candle, a pillar, handmade pillar candle. 7,000 Sri Lankan rupees. What do you think now? These are samples only. You can take advantage of streamlined accessories and create a new product that makes an existing device or accessory better. You don't have to reinvent. You don't have to reinvent. Just think about useful, functional additions that make existing devices better. This is what the Chinese does. Think about. They have accessories of accessories of accessories. Right? They develop everything. When you think that if I could have this kind of a thing, it's better here, is available. Right? So what is the role of venture capital in financing the innovation? In your assignment, partially, it talks about venture capital investments. So I'm not going to explain much on this. A gross idea, stages of development and sources of finance. The figure here will be a little complicated. However, you just focus on the steps here on the x-axis. X-axis, the horizontal direction. Seed, startup, early growth, establishment. Right? Seed, startup, early growth, establishment. Where is your assignment? It's about seed. Right? Seed. In the startup process, you need some investors, angel investors or venture capitals or suppliers or some other finance providers. So your assignment focuses on these early stages of business development. The industry of venture capital is an effective instrument to manage innovation. I'm sure you can find enough of reading material on venture capital business, which I'm not going to elaborate here. Venture capital business, what it is, how it is, where the venture capital companies, all information. So in Sri Lanka, this is what we are lagging. I'm moving forward. Investee companies. Investee companies. If you develop business, it talks about your business. I'm sure you are reading. I give you time to read. There's nothing to explain here. I focus just how the operations, how the business continues. All right, so going forward, the role of the government in VC finance. The government has a role in SME finance, venture capital contributions. I will give you this slide set to you. So I'm not reading it. But this one is important. Institutional investors globally are the major source of private equity capital. In the United States, about 50% of venture capital funds are these. So in venture capital companies, these are the fund providers. Rich individuals do we have in Sri Lanka, right? Rich individuals we have, but they don't give money. Government funds, but in particular, local authorities, but we don't get these local authorities funds for business. Endowments, family foundations. Endowments is really important for businesses. Company investments, startup funds, insurance companies, and banks. Fine. How would you arrange your report? I'm coming into your requirement. After explaining the core of the assignment as given in the document, the core of the assignment was develop a business idea, bring innovations, talk about new idea, think about developing an existing process. It may not be a total original new product or service. Maybe, and perhaps it may be existing production, but in a different process. Maybe technology is different, where you can cut costs. Maybe you can make it efficient than the previous process. Have you gone through about lean operations? Make it process lean production process. Make it efficient. If it is inefficient, you can recognize it and make it efficient so that you can produce at a low cost. So that's the innovation. You don't need always the original or new business ideas to develop business and continue in business. To make money is simple. To make cash, you don't need always entirely new things, original thinking in this era. So your core in the assignment, as I see, is bring something something new in business, which is practical and which can bring you cash in simple. That means, in other words, which can serve the society, which can add to the economy, which can grow business development and the economic development. So it's really important and significant because in the current context, the country as a national accounting body, our institute also has the responsibility to bring and develop new business, new lines of business, and create a business cycle, create new industries, create new cycles, business cycles. That's significant even at the point of view of the national accounting body. So in that view, I explained you what is the innovation, what are the examples you can see around us. And now I hope you can understand the scope of the assignment. And then the second thing, I explained you how to generate business plan. Now I come into the last point, that is how to make your report. I'm sure the reporting, this kind of report, preparation of report is nothing new to you. However, I just want to highlight certain things, not everything. The way I explain is not the one and only method. You can develop differently, but this is one example I give you. How would you arrange your report? Table of contents. You can see the second point is executive summary. I'm sure you are really good in this executive summary preparation. And then company description, products, services, marketing plan, operational plan, and financial plan. Right? These are the general things of such kind of a proposal. Executive summary. I have seen many pages, running pages of executive summaries. No need, just one page. Explain the fundamentals of the business you propose in the executive summary. What will your product be? Who will be your customer? Who are the owners? The future of business and industry. Your goals for the business. Where do you expect the business to be in 1 year, 3 year, 5 year? That means short term, medium term, long term. The goal of the business. I would say goals. Make it enthusiastic, complete, concise, and of course professional. Why I say enthusiastic? Because the reader is the venture capitalist, right? Reader is the venture capitalist or private equity provider. It can be a venture capital syndication company or private equity provider, partner, whoever it may be. Write the proposal so that the person is able, so that you can grab the capital of the person, the reader. If applying for a loan, be specific. What is the capital you want? For example, if you plan 100 million, state there 100 million. How do I use it? How do I generate cash? Because the lender requires to think whether you can repay. Because venture capitalists, they get their money back. So they provide you capital for a specific term, After that, they want their money back. Executive summaries. So I give you an example. If it is manufacturing business, if you think about the manufacturing, something manufacturing, then ideally these questions you can think about. Explain the operations involved in manufacturing your products. What equipment is needed? What are the production capacity limits of the equipment, machineries, or whatever the tool, equipment you are using? What are the production capacity limits of the proposed physical plant? Consider the plant you propose. What is the capacity? These are practical things. Don't give hypothetical figures, right? Because we are professionals. Is specialized labor needed? Do you have the skilled labor required? What raw materials you need to need for manufacturing? So, for example, if you plan a business here, importing goods, you have to wait for a few years. Importing raw materials, you can't, right? You can't. So think about these things, and yeah, it's difficult in the current context. Thinking, if you think something with raw material that is required to import, then have a plan, right? Have a plan. I want to say it's not possible, it's possible. Have a plan. What quality control procedures will you use? How will you manage inventory level? These are some examples. What is your supply chain? But this is an ideal situation. I mean, you can write all these within about 3,000 words, right? So manage your report. I gave you some ideal examples. I gave you possibilities, but the balance is therefore you can think about how you continue. Right. I hope that worked for you. So I would like to stop at this explanation. I gave you a little explanation of what this assignment, as it says, what is it about, and then I explain the report contents in brief. I will give you this slide set so that you can, if you want it, if you think it's important, you can read it later. All right. So if you have any queries, I hope you can talk. You can unmute yourself and you can present anything.
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Please go ahead. I can hear you.
Now, do we have to follow the CA formatting guidelines? That is the font size, spacing, and etc. Or can we?
Yes. Your question was clear to me. If your question was whether you have to follow the reporting guidelines issued by the institute. Yes, of course. You have to follow each and every recommended procedure in the report writing for the assignment. This is all controlled by the same expectations of the institute's examination division. I hope I made it clear to you.
Yeah, and one other thing. Then now, do we have to relate this to a real scenario? If so, do we have to mention the exact company name, or we can have some other?
Yes, that's a quite interesting question. I was expecting this question, in fact, because the assignment clearly says that think about a practical, real business. If you want to propose some extension Or if you want to develop the existing business, then it should be something of real business. But suppose you have a whole new idea, spark of an idea, startup,
Yeah.
right? There may not be any existing business, isn't it? For example, suppose you want to develop a technology product online, say, I don't want to specify here because then you will write to that one. Anyway, say, say teaching. Say you are a music teacher. You can develop a technology product, online teaching musics, right? So just a product. Use the technology for music teaching. So it's a startup.
Yes.
But it needs a lot of attention. It's not just using Facebook and give a description and get some clients. It's not. It has no continuity. Business has business. It's a business that you have to propose. It's not a single tuition like, right? So think about it should be an established business.
Yeah. And
yes, that's very good. Sustainable. That's the term, appropriate term. You remember now we have Uber here, right? Yes. Was it a big idea at the beginning, right? Uber, right? That's how sustainable that was.
Yeah.
So real business is required if you develop it, or if you have entirely new thinking startup, then propose it so that it's implementable. Okay, is operation there. If it is entirely hypothetical, perhaps it's not practical. Sometimes I remember this innovation matters. Some in some forum when we discuss the innovations and all, some students propose something like selling food items or producing some food items so that we can sell those things in for astrologists or somebody, right? Okay. So these things are not practical. You can't sell the things in the moon. You can't go to the moon to start a business.
Yeah, if it is a startup, it has to be a disruptive technology, and say otherwise, if it is for an existing business, it should bring a new technology to improve the product or cost reduction and efficiencies. Is it?
That's right, because it's innovation. Think about SME sector, right? It's not about science. Don't think about science technology. You can easily find innovations in the SME sector in Sri Lanka, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are enough of.
Yes. And for this purpose, is there any criteria for these SMEs? And also, can we use sectors other than those sectors mentioned in the question paper?
Yes, please use any sector, because I think it gives you some examples only.
Yeah.
Assignment gives you examples only, but you can think about any SME. So if I am like you, I will think about say teaching. That means education technology, right? Education technology. These are some good things for me, but it may not be a good thing for you. You think about your own.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Now, these days, for example, since we are in the blackout, everybody, right? You can think about developments, what we need really, right? Now we have bulb manufacturing companies. Do we have enough of recharging bulbs? No, we don't have.
Yeah.
Right. We have all imported recharging bulbs with limited lifetime. So where is the error? We have not done that. That's our own error.
And also can be solar also.
Solar. Yeah, same thing. See, enough of innovations we have. if I have in this meeting, I have about how many? 112, including me. So there will be 112 ideas. This, if you have 100 ideas, then we can do wonders in this economy.
Yeah. Very interesting topic. Thanks for the explanation.
You're welcome. Is there any more discussion? All right. I hope it's clear to everybody. I'm really happy because no question is all clear. It's really good. I hope with me now, Mr. Lalit is there. So over to Mr. Lalit. If Mr. Lalit is there.
Yes. Very much. Yes. Thank you very much. And I hope that all of you have got had a very good session with our consultant today. And I'm sure that this will prove very beneficial to you in submitting your assignment. And I thank our consultant very much for the excellent presentation given, which will go a long way in ensuring the success of all of you. Can I be heard? Can you all hear me, please?
Yeah. And also, I hope you will share the presentation.
Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can hear. Hello.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, can.
Yes,
Hello?
we can.
Yes,
Uh,
we can hear you clearly.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we can
I'm
hear you.
extremely sorry. I think there is something wrong with my equipment, and I hope let me thank our consultant for the excellent presentation given to all of you, which I am sure will go a long way in ensuring your success at the upcoming assignment. And once again, I'm very sorry about the initial interruption that took place. And let me wish all of you every success at the assignment submission that is going to come up in about few weeks. And thank you all, and thank you our consultant once again. All the best to you.
Thank you very much. Hope you will share the presentation.
Yes, we will share the presentation. Also, we will also have recordings. We can share the recordings for those who are not able to link up with us today. That also can be arranged.
Yeah, please share this because some we found it was not clear. So then we can follow it again.
I understand, so certain patches of the presentation were not clear and there were the interruptions. So we will make sure that the presentation will be shared with all of you.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank you again, Mr. Lalit, and all my students participated here. I can see in the chat there are some thanking messages. I thank you all and have a nice evening to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you,
One
sir.
more
Thank you,
question.
sir.
Is there any word count limit or requirement?
Yes.
Yes. The assignment has certain guidelines, and as mentioned by our consultant, the word count is 3,000. And there is, I think it's about 10% variation is permitted.
Okay. All right.
So please go through the assignment guidelines also. And if you all go through the SL5 study text that gives in detail all about the assignment and what needs to be complied with in submitting your assignment.